I see them.
Alright, so there's got to be some preparatory work. The preparatory work is everyone's got to pretty much settle into the space. The gong is not an arrival sound, it's a arrive sound. So a couple ways to arrive. You can arrive by putting your feet on the ground. You can settle into your breath. You can realize that you've made the journey to get here and you've succeeded at connecting with people you care about. Then you take it back.
How's everybody doing this fine Wednesday morning? We have arrived. We've arrived to a year from the storm, which is pretty wild. Yeah. Because in this world that we live in, where all media wants to constantly divide us, we found that together we are community, we love each other, we love the people next to us, and we will not be divided. So if you can all take a minute to scan the QR code, that's our morning check-in. We're glad you're here, and we appreciate you doing this. That makes it recognized. So I think that how many people have done some pivoting in their lives since the storm? I know. I feel like it's changed a lot of things. We've seen people move here. We've seen people move away. We've seen people be like, you know what, that thing that I have been doing, I don't think I want to do that anymore. So as a big disruptor, it's also been a new chapter, you know, a turning over of page. And with that, you know, like there's celebrations going on, there's a blues festival going on. If you have questions, share we. Black Mountain Blues Festival this weekend. So there's a lot of stuff going on. Personally, what I'm going to do, I'm going to bake some sourdough, and I'm going to write a gratitude list. I'm up to like 25. I really want to get to 100 things to know that I'm grateful for. So I invite you to do that with me this week. We're really excited to have our presenter, April, coming up to the stage in just a minute. But before that, I'd like to give a big shout out to all of our organizers who are amazing. I'm Erica, Britt Powell, and Tyler Powell. They're doing all of our media right now. We cannot tell you how grateful we are for them. They wrangle all the people and all the headshots and all the things. They're awesome. Bill McKinnon, Sarah Leslie, Nick Breen, Siobhan Robinson, Sean Como, Brian Hickey, and of course, the adorable Ray and Paula. And today is Eric's last day as an organizer with us. Let's put our hands together for Eric. And here are the ground rules. So, we're going to do the presentation. At the end, you're going to raise your hand. We ask that it's one question per person, and you wait for the microphone, so that way it can be recorded. As we are recording it, Brian is a ninja of technology. And we're super happy that he's actually recording it. We are looking for a couple organizers. If you have expertise or just a passion for learning more about AV, that sort of thing, we are looking for somebody to help with that, and someone to help with morning setup, cleanup. Just, you can pop in. Anyways, come see one of us. All the organizers, can you raise your hands? Thank you. Yeah, good steps. And if you are interested in organizing, come see one of us. So, our presenter today, April, has worked for years with the Women's Business Center, and she has helped hundreds of female entrepreneurs take their businesses from ideas, from conception, into viable businesses in the community. In addition to being a serial entrepreneur herself. So if you can all put your hands together, let's invite April Nash to the stage.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Excellent, everybody's awake. There will be a couple moments where you can give feedback and participate, so I'm excited to hear that. And it feels crazy that we're at a year, because I don't feel like we're at the place I thought we'd be at a year. And so I just want to thank Erica for holding space for everyone and all the journeys that we've had this year. So speaking of friends, neighbors, Americans, lend me your ear, because I'm going to tell you the story of how the Healing Hub was conceived, the soul of the business, the market that it's being born into, and how you, yes you, can play a part in helping it grow and thrive. The seed of this business happened back in 1996. I am gleefully dating myself when a young entrepreneur that had no business opening a coffee shop. To this day, I still drink tea. Knew she had no business, but also was really determined. And so reached out to the amazing people at the Small Business Center in Macon, Georgia. And so there, a assistant manager of a bookstore got free training on about what profit and loss sheets were, accounts payable, accounts receivable, Business 101 for free. And that venture in my early 20s, I had a quarter life crisis, changed the trajectory of my life. And since then, I've had multiple businesses. I've had been fascinated with risk and have become a registered investment advisor, and then vetted businesses myself for clients and set up venture capital for some of the tech bros in New York City. And then I moved here. And I was deeply, deeply blessed to be able to give back all of the free advice and information that I received in my early 20s with my time with the Western Women's Business Center as I led their coaching program. And met many of you through my time there. And as we are in Asheville, about 35% of my clients are in what we call the wellness space. And as we work with predominantly women, they're women. And for the last 2 years, I have spoken to each of these clients, and they're not thriving. And as they have their gifts that they give to the world, I keep talking. And like for 2 years, I've said twice a week, if you get together and create a marketing consortium, you can get outside of this saturated market that's geographically confined and get into a wider marketplace. And then you can all thrive and have a larger clientele. And so for 2 years, I gave this advice away. And at some point, it dawned on me that maybe I should help. So that's how we came to the Healing Hub. As we identify the problem, our practitioners are not okay. Some people, I like to say, when you go to Hollywood, you know that anyone that serves you food is an aspiring actor or actress, right? That serving you food is not their calling. They're looking to be on the screen. Well, what a lot of people don't realize is in Asheville, the person checking out your groceries, your Uber Dash, your Dasher, the person giving you change at the gas station is probably a wellness provider. And they are working 2 and 3 jobs to make ends meet. That's not me, I promise.
Hello.
And so we have a lot of statistics and source material to back that up, but that is the reality of the situation here. And then we're talking about a dual market. So we're not just talking about the providers, but the people seeking wellness. And I don't think we have, again, a lot of statistics, but I don't have to tell you that as Americans, we are not okay. We are stressed out. It feels like sometimes it's scary to walk out the door because you don't know what fundamental change has happened in the last 24 hours. And in a world that wants to divide us, staying grounded, staying okay is a full-time job. And a lot of us don't have all the tools that we need to be okay and to navigate these times. So, the Healing Hub. And for anyone that has experienced flow state, you know what I mean when I say when our true purpose meets the world's deep hunger, we experience profound gladness. And it is a gift and a joy to be able to be part of a regenerative business where everyone that interacts with it, the people, the practitioners, come back in a better space. They're better because they have interacted with this company. So the Healing Hub, what exactly is it? What are we talking about? This is a nationwide platform connecting wellness providers to the clients that are seeking wellness. Pretty simple. What do we go into? It is an integrated platform uniting the practitioners and their clients. We curate and vet these practitioners. So it's not just anyone off the street. We're checking credentials. We are requiring testimonials so that the clients have trust in who they're working with. We've also identified 6 different income streams for this business model. So again, if one of them doesn't work, we just pivot to the one that does, and the platform itself is stable financially. And then, because of the initiative, the whole point of this is marketing. We have to get outside of this geographic area. So there is a very robust, aggressive, national name brand strategy that is behind all of this to get to that name brand, that household name status. So we are looking to become the Xerox of copy machines, the Kleenex of tissues. And with that first mover status, that is something that's a very achievable goal. So for those of you, for my data people, I know we're in Asheville and all the woo gives us good feelings, but there's also data that backs this up. So with our measurable results, we're looking at when people experience wellness within themselves, when they're able to regulate their blood pressure, when they are under less stress, when they can sleep a whole night through. We have measurable statistics, so lower biomarkers of stress, improved mental health. We know when mental health is not stable, people do very unstable things that affect us all. And then decreased healthcare costs. So these are some of the markers that companies look at when they look at funding their wellness initiatives inside their companies. So every large company has a budget dedicated to wellness for their employees, and that's because it's demonstrable that when people are okay, they have lower absenteeism. They don't have as many healthcare costs. And so it's not just woo, we also have measurable statistics that we can use to back up the efficacy of what it is that we're doing. So, sounds great, lovely. Where's the market? Global Wellness Institute is an international think tank that has been around for almost 2 decades now, and this is all they do. So I've pulled a lot of great information from them. As you can see, the global market for wellness reached $6.3 trillion in 2023. They just released this report in 2024. The American market is the largest market of that, and it is $2.2 trillion. So people are spending money in wellness. And then this is my favorite slide. Oh wait, you know what? I'm gonna back up 1 second. All right, we have reached our interactive bit. So, wellness, it's a really, really, really broad term. So I'm going to ask you to think of what you think in your world when I say wellness, and we're just going to popcorn out in the audience what that means to you. So when I say wellness, you think
Well-being.
Good relationships.
Patchouli.
but you love it. Perfect.
Mindfulness. Yoga.
Love it. Okay, guess what? You are all right. So wellness, it means something different to everyone, right? So I hear spa days, patchouli, energy work, all sorts of beautiful things, and that's the thing, is it's different for all of us. We're all different people. So the Global Wellness Institute has broken down this $6.3 trillion market into these different subsections. And I'm really glad they displayed it this way, because if you were to do a traditional diagram, Venn diagram, it would be so muddy in the middle. Because as we can see, there's so much overlap. Nutrition and wellness interacts with physical activity. Your mental wellness interacts with healthy eating, and your wellness tourism. So there is a lot going on here. And the question is, what part are we looking at? So for this venture, the serviceable available market in the United States in 2023 dollars is $89.7 billion. The obtainable market, so that means the market that this venture absolutely can attain in the next 2 to 5 years, is $897 million. And where are we focusing? So there was a lot of popcorn. We're focusing on traditional and complementary medicine. A lot of times people have talked about alternative medicine. So that category includes your Ayurvedic wellness, your traditional Chinese medicine, your native healing that maybe has plant-based or traditional healings that's been passed down for generations. So that's that category. Then we're talking spiritual enrichment. So that can also touch back into those spiritual practices that may or may not be mainstream. We're talking someone with maybe a shamanic Native American background, and that can speak to people that feel best when they're grounded in the earth. And then our somatic and trauma-informed practices, one of my favorites, one of the things that's definitely helped me on my healing journey, so that there's so much wisdom inside our own bodies that when we pay attention, when someone is able to hold up a mirror to ourselves in a kind and compassionate way, and we can see maybe the reasons that we're interacting or reacting the way we are, we're able to show up better in the world. So this is the market that we are specifically going after. Once you sort out all the other different bubbles, the identifiable market is $89.7 billion in the US. Okay, so big market. Why now? Personally, I find it shocking that the market is this large and there is 0 national leaders in one-on-one wellness delivery. Demand is surging. We have 75% of Americans are stressed out, more year over year. Digital wellness adoption is looking to double in the next 5 years. And then my favorite, upper right-hand corner, spending is shifting. So it's great there's a great market, but really, what are people doing with their dollars? So in 2023, US consumers spent more of their out-of-pocket money on wellness than they spent of out-of-pocket money on traditional medicine. So that shift has already occurred. People are already choosing to spend money on wellness, and the market just hasn't caught on. So why now from the practitioner side? So we've already identified there's a problem. They're not thriving. Well, practitioners gain sustainable income, visibility, tools to grow, thrive, increase and deepen their knowledge. Clients gain a safe one-on-one trusted space. And institutions gain a direct pathway for their students and graduates to actually graduate the program, move into their own business, and then thrive. So what are some of the things that we're doing? We're not just a first mover in the space. We have vetted practitioners. I've touched on that a couple times. The multi-stream revenue model, also diverse streams of income. We can test that day and night. And what works, works. And what doesn't, we set to the side and move forward. As far as a profitability model. The community integration platform is really on the back end, the soul of this business. The whole inspiration was to help providers thrive. So the back end of this is a lot of thought and effort has gone into. So not only do we vet our practitioners, but we also provide access to continuing education that they can take from anywhere in the country. So if you want to deepen or become certified in Qigong, if you want to do Reiki or energy work, there are additional continuing education units that are here. Also, this platform is going to do everything from booking to offering your products. Our Ayurvedic practitioners often sell, patchouli scented oils that you can rub on your temples to calm yourself. And all of this is going to be available on the provider's profile in their product lineup so that their clients never have to leave the platform in order to receive both services and products. We're also working on, the goal is for that when providers wake up, this is the first thing they log into because there's going to be peer-to-peer support. There's going to be, they're going to find their next client and their, their wallet will be here as well so that they don't have to worry about taking payments or distributing payments. All of that back end is taken care of for them. And then again, first mover national brand. Again, the key feature there is the secret behind the sauce is the marketing. And so we are ready to capitalize on this opportunity. And then go to market because somebody always asks. So we are in phase 1 this quarter. We've done the whole bootstrapping process and are getting ready to start October 1st. We will be going October 1 through December. We will be raising a seed round for this venture. There will be one and only one fundraising cycle for this. The costs to create a website isn't that great and the profitability is there. So we're doing fundraising between 3 days from now and December. And then quarter 1, we have already identified and are in discussions with several top tier marketing agencies that have the ability to execute. So we are going everything from branding to logo to getting that feel so that we really connect with our clients. We're not looking to identify which yoga mom is going to wear a Lululemon. We're really truly looking to communicate that we can address the deep need that our clients are feeling for wholeness and wellness. And so phase 2, client acquisition and pilot launch. We are rolling out in North Carolina first. Rules and regulations. I meant to say earlier, we are strictly staying in the non-clinical space. The instant it's clinical, it's somebody else's baby. Again, malpractice, rules, regulations, it's just simpler if we stay in the non-clinical space. So we're rolling out in North Carolina. We're going to test bed some of those income streams and see what works, what gains traction, and then also with the marketing, what gains traction, what are our clients interested in. And then phase 3, exciting, August of next year, we are rolling out nationally and have that national campaign. We'll have spent the whole first part of the year testing, A/B testing to see what resonates and rolling that out. And then phase 4, we are bringing on the business to business side where we're going after that corporate wellness market. And the team. So right now, your fearless leader is humbly in front of you. We are in talks and contract negotiations with several other key members of the team. Our board chair is a CEO, COO, and has experience taking very small companies and launching them in, she says it better, but sustainable, repeatable, scalable ways into international brands. So that expertise is already on board. We are also in discussion with several national and local education in several institutions, that's the word, education institutions that are regularly graduating people with this skill set. And we're really looking forward to having their input on how we can best create this and streamline this for their well-being. And then also another national leader in spiritual business that actually created the vetting process, started a business back in 2009 and has grown that practitioner network and helped make that very sticky and has some really great processes that we're looking to duplicate. And then how you can help. So we are currently about to start fundraising. We're really looking for aligned investors. So people that already demonstrate that they care about the wellness space. Advisors. So if you have any warm introductions that you can make to someone in that educational space, we're looking to fill out a few more board spots. So if you know anyone in that institutionally education in the wellness space, would love to have a warm introduction there. And then we're pretty good in the IT department. However, we're good in the marketing department. If you know anyone that has a company that would be willing to take this on, I would really enjoy having a few more bids to kind of pick and choose from. Really the scalability of this and the stability of this is going to be essential. So if you know anyone running an IT department that might be interested in this. And then for our practitioners, we do have, so this will get you to my calendar. This over here will get you to our practitioner wait list and additional info as we build this together. So there we go. All done. And so I love how supportive this space is, and feel free to tell me what a great job I did, but also I am here for the hard questions. So if you identified any missing pieces, if you see any red flags, like you're not gonna hurt my heart, like bring it, let's make it better together.
Thank you, that was super interesting. It sounds like you're combining like a social network, CRM, kind of an e-commerce like Shopify component too. How much of that technology is going to be off the shelf versus your own custom platform?
Good question, thank you, yes. Literally there are modules for this. So we're not looking to, this is not an IT company, I am not an IT person, but there are literally modules off the shelf. Yeah, so Shopify integrations is one of the things that we're looking at for that product line. And so, yeah, off-the-shelf technology, so we're really not reinventing the wheel here. We're taking what other people have already established and using it for this purpose. Thank you.
Happy to stand up for the camera. Hi.
Hi.
Thanks for that. I've got, let's see, I'm thinking of difficult questions.
Love it.
So what I see is a supply-demand
Correct.
issue. You've got people who need service, and you've got service providers. I see one of the challenges that you may have, but I think you addressed it earlier. I'd love for you to talk about it more, is the supply side, who the practitioners are, because it seems like that's where you need to focus your attention.
Yes.
I've used BetterHelp.
Yes.
Very frustrated with the number of therapists that I went through. Still didn't find somebody there, so I eventually abandoned the platform. And I think we run the risk of having not enough or not a good enough algorithm to find the right person.
I love that. Thank you. Yes. So we are looking, initial launch is, we're looking to have 3,000 practitioners within the end of the first year. First year, 1/1/26 is go date. So by the end of 2026, have 3,000 practitioners. It's very, very attainable. If you are on any of the local wellness Facebook groups, there's over 2,000 wellness providers just on one group. It's the Asheville something, the Asheville Healers, and so the numbers, not worried about. The other portion of your question, like how do you find that right fit? And it's not something that I think I have a complete answer for today. And one of the things from, we were talking about the community itself on the back-end practitioner network. So one of the things that I'm super excited about is to create a true community. And I'm hoping that one of the partial answers are, we're going to have, and the cadence hasn't yet been decided, but practitioners on the website giving out, doing a group session just for other practitioners. So maybe let's say I know Ayurvedic medicine, but I don't know breath work. And so they're going to be on the back end for practitioners only, other providers giving classes on, this is my area of expertise, this is what I do, this is how it helps. And so creating that network, and they're going to be absolutely encouraged to create content together, work together, find those fits where you resonate with each other, and create those referrals. So hopefully, in a relational way, and again, I don't think it's the entire part of the answer, but in a relational way, these providers are going to know each other. They will have taken classes together. They will have supported each other. So there's back-end peer-to-peer support where sometimes you can get burnt out if you're giving all the time. And so that back-end support network to really create a true community, hopefully with the purpose of, if someone sees you for breath work and anxiety and you have a great session and they resonate, they can say, you might also be interested in this other provider that does aromatherapy and oils and may be able to, may have a scent that they can provide you or talk you through, like how you can make your world a better place. But thank you for that. I'll take notes and as a real demand side concern that we need to address. Thank you.
I'm curious how this works sort of in real life using technology and also in person, because a lot of wellness stuff happens in person, like a massage therapist doesn't work on Zoom, right?
Yes.
So are you connecting people locally to local resources and then things that can be Zoomified, those are more national, or how does that work?
Thank you. Very, very good point. So the first 12 months, we are strictly sticking with the online space. However, in that month 13, when we launched the B2B, business to business, and doing the wellness portion for companies, that's when we're also launching concurrently the in-person space. So you're right, our acupuncturists, our massage people, there are some people that will do energy work remotely, but some prefer in person. And those two coincide because with the launch of the national businesses, we have companies and employees across all 50 states. So once that additional client base comes in, we're also bringing in the in-person and physical, so we can match the people that want in-person. And so, yeah, that's month 13.
Thank you. I think that was kind of answered, but hi,
Hi, Ann.
hi, April. You did a great job. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Because you said you're doing non-clinical, so
Yes.
I know that therapists can only operate within the state and everything like that.
Yes.
So is it across the board that these wellness practitioners can operate anywhere in the world? Is that the goal? And how's that approached?
Very good question. Very good question. That is why we're launching in North Carolina first, just to stay within one set of rules and regulations. The wellness space isn't highly regulated, but short answer to your question is we will have legal on retainer, and we will be expanding as the marketing and where ideal markets are, but also where the rules and regulations are a good fit. Also, dealing with that on the back end, the terms of service with the providers will be very, very clear. You cannot state that this is, FDA approved. You cannot make statements and claims, and that will be something that we are actively in the client feedback, looking to make sure is a line that is not crossed. Yeah.
Double dip. Are you going to cap the number of providers in a certain market? So in an area like Asheville, would you have maybe 10 acupuncturists and you can't add more? What's the value proposition if it's super crowded for the providers?
Good question. That is the entire reason that this is in existence. The answer is no. So we are bringing the clients, the people that are already spending money out of their pocket, and we are introducing them to the practitioners. So at that point, the market is going to play out. So it's going to be up to each provider to make the case and to connect with their ideal clients.
In terms of revenue stream, do you take like a percentage of bookings, or is it like kind of like Angie's List, where home services providers will, it's just a way to connect with different providers?
Good question. And that is one of the underlying revenue streams. So it's just a percentage off the top. So also, providers are free to set the fee for their service wherever they like. We're not going to try and control that, regulate that in any way. But let's say a sound healing session is $100 for an hour. We're going to take like 10% off the top of it. So we get $10, you get $90. And just a flat rate to just keep it simple and keep the bookings moving.
Okay.
Hello.
Questions for you. Are you having the practitioners manage their own liability for clients who are participating, right? Like signing their own liability waiver that you are not a client, you are participating to remove that liability for you?
So this is a legal question, so I am going to just put a really big caveat and say we're going to do whatever legal counsel says. However, that's going to be really on the front end when people sign up for the service, that we understand, and then the list of things that we are acknowledging. And then on the back end, the practitioners are also going to sign a, we understand XYZ. And so, yeah, the liability will absolutely stay. Any additional liability beyond that, the practitioners are going to be responsible for their own actions, not the platform. Mm-hmm.
And then sorry, one more question. What data are you collecting on the back end? Because you'd love to expand, are you like embedding that into your IT development?
Yes. Yes, yeah. And that's part of the both the marketing team and the IT team will be pulling setting up those metrics and that data, those KPIs, so that we know those A/B testing, we can see through the data. But yeah, very, very heart-driven, but also data-driven, so we can find the people that we're looking to find. Bill, yes, sir.
Hi, I'm Bill McKinnon, a recovering clinician in mental health. My question has to do, you've touched on a couple of items about ethics, and I wonder if you have clarified that or you're going to. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Could I ask for a little bit more? Ethics is, again, another big umbrella. What do you mean by ethics?
Well, so one of the ethical principles I had to deal with was dual relationships. So if I have a clinician, if I have a clinical relationship going on, I couldn't give him financial advice. I couldn't I couldn't deal with two people in the family without having them know that.
Mm-hmm.
Certain kinds of things like that. I couldn't promise
Yes.
things that I can't deliver.
Yes.
Just to get them to stay with me, that kind of thing.
Yeah. Yeah. So part of this is covered by code of conduct. And part of this is also operating in a different space. So again, going back to legal, we're going to use whatever legal restraints keep this business safe and functioning. Because if everything is gone because of somebody, or we did not make it very clear what the rules and regulations and the things that people need to abide by, including ethics, what those rules are, then we're at fault. And then that impacts everyone else's ability to receive the healing that they're looking for. So there is going to be a very solid, a very well-communicated code of conduct that is also going to involve the ethical component. Having said that, I just want to point out that the part of the reason that we're not going into the clinical space is because the rules and the regulations that govern that are different than in the non-clinical space. But as we are operating in the non-clinical space, we are going to be very, very clear, very succinct about those terms of service and where that line is. What is okay, what isn't okay.
Okay, good. Thank you.
Okay, we have time for one more question.
Okay, quick question. With all practitioners who sell products,
Yes.
is it more focused on the consultation side and products kind of fall second? And also when it comes to the products, how do you get commissions from practitioners who sell products? Like if you integrate with Shopify, do you get commissions through Shopify? Just curious how that works,
Yeah.
as far as percentages.
Yeah. Great. So as far as minimum viable product, so that means the least that we can do to go to market to create a profitable business. So our minimum viable product, we are really sticking with the online one-on-one service. However, one of the 6 income streams is products. And yes, so there are literally plug and play. Shopify has made it so easy to have one of their shops on any website. So the logistics of that are going to be in IT. But the strategy behind that is that, yes, our providers at some point, hopefully sooner rather than later, will be able to have those products and services. And again, those, because the money's flowing through the platform, we do have to have a take, because that, if they're using a credit card, that 3% credit card fee is going to land on us. So again, the providers set the prices for their products at wherever they want to. The Shopify plug and play, they're going to be able to do all of that on our platform. They don't even have to go to Shopify. And then there will be a product take. We haven't determined that amount yet. It doesn't need to be big. We're not trying to suck, the providers dry. But we will need to take something to cover the admin and the IT and the credit card fees. But yeah, that capability is a core part of what we're looking to provide.
I just want to say you did amazing.
Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it. Okay. We're done.
And I think a couple people had a couple other questions that popped up, so April, you're gonna stick around here
Yes.
for additional questions. And I'm just trying to get this. I'm supposed to do a refresh. All right. So huge thanks to all of our sponsors, Charlie and Troy Ball, who generously donate the space each week, Western Carolina University, SCORE, Patrick O'Kane with the EOS Entrepreneurial Operating System, ERC Broadband, Grit Creative, Hatch Co-working, Dynamite Coffee Roasting Company, the Berkshire Garside Group, and Goldman Sachs 10,000 Small Businesses. Moving right along, we've got John. John, where are you? There you are. With Earth Bay Wear presenting next week, we're super excited. He's got these cool vests that are heated, and you can control the temperature. He'll be modeling it right now for you. They're super cool, and I can't wait to hear more. And his whole, I think he did a presentation on your AI integration with your business model recently that blew my mind. I still have questions, but it's really inspiring. We have, the Greek festival is this weekend as well. Sean put this together, so apparently we're going there to eat spanakopita, which I love. The Blessing Project, reunion benefit concerts at Harris Cherokee Center, that is on over the weekend as well. And the Black Mountain Blues Festival, that Sherry Wheat has been working hard on. We had her present not too long ago. If you don't know, what they do is they turned a music venue, the White Horse, into like a nonprofit, which blew my mind, and it's really cool. So go out there, support, and celebrate a year. And then also, we launched a program called 828 Lead through AY Pros. And with this, it is a weekend boot camp for anybody that wants to run for office. Applications closed. We said we'll make room for 30 applicants. We had 45 people apply. So applications are closed for that. Oh, and here is who we worked on it with and who we have coming. We worked on it with Bo Hess, Maggie Allman, Martin Moore, and Esther Mannheimer. And then Lindsay Prather, Julie Mayfeld, Jack Engelman, Amanda Edwards, Matt Raker, Valentina, Dr. Chris Cooper, John Ellis, Dan Leroy. All of these folks are coming to participate. They're doing panels, they're doing workshops, all sorts of things. So if you want to volunteer for this and kind of be a fly on the wall or just help out a little bit, if this is something that you're passionate about, you can scan the QR code and sign up right there for a volunteer opportunity. Yeah, don't be shy. Get us those phones. It'll be great food. Awesome. We already did that. Thank you guys so much for coming. Let's all celebrate this. We made it a year. And great coffee. Thank you so much.
Okay, how'd I do, Coach?
You did great. What do you mean, coach?
You said presentation. Like,